Hello everybody, my name is Zool, and welcome to modding Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2, The Sith Lords. In today's episode, we are going to be taking a look at the Zedi Star Wars OTE texture pack. Alright, so today we're looking at another texture pack. If you followed my channel for a while, you know that I love Zedi Star Wars' texture packs for Kotor and Kotor 2. I think they're absolutely amazing HD graphic kind of thing. They make it feel a lot newer than it is, and I really enjoy them. The one thing about his texture packs so far, though, is he puts his own little spin on the game, something that I actually really like. He changes the way certain metals look, he changes sort of the style of rocks, that kind of thing, and puts his own personal flair into them. It really gives the game life, and I really enjoy it. This latest texture pack that he's been making is a new one. It's called OTE, or Original Textures Enhanced. Currently, at the time of recording this, only the Peragus and Harbinger models are out, and this texture pack seeks to enhance the original textures. So it's going to take the style that Obsidian intended for this game, and it's going to just take that, upscale it, make it look a lot crisper, a lot more defined, make it look like it is a much more modern game. Like all of his texture packs, it is really nice. It looks crisp, it looks perfectly fine. It comes in a modular design. Right now, like I said, you can only get Peragus and Harbinger, but the other planets are coming out too. Personally, I find it a bit more atmospheric than the vanilla game. It really makes Peragus feel abandoned and derelict, although it doesn't really change too much about it, which is what I like about it the most. So instead of me talking about it, how about I show you some footage and talk about just what I like about this texture pack. I'll be spotlighting Peragus for the most part in this video, but there is a Harbinger module available, and I would recommend going ahead and downloading that as soon as you can. Alright, so I put together a series of fancy schmancy comparison shots, and I hope you do enjoy it. I'm not really sure how this is going to work, so let me know if you like the way that I do this, but there's going to be some split screening and that kind of stuff. So, if you've watched my channel for a while, you know that I am absolutely a huge fan of Star Wars' texture packs. I use them all the time. I've always used them ever since I got into modding this game, and they're awesome. There's a couple of things I didn't like about some of the original ones, though. I think it was Kotor 2 2011 had very strange textures for the rocks, and that's why I like this mod so much. It keeps the theme and design that the game creators had in their minds, creates that vision, and it keeps it. Keeps the vision very loyal while still improving the textures so much. The rocks just look deeper, they look more realistic, everything just looks better. The aluminum looks more brushed, or the metal rather, I don't think it's aluminum. But you know what I mean, the building of the place looks a lot better. In this scene here in particular, the monitor looks so much better you don't even believe it. If you look really close to the monitor, you'll notice in the original game it's very blurry, very faded, and the Star Wars interpretation of this is very loyal to what it is. It's not different, it's just very crisp, very Star Wars-esque futuristic, and I really do like that. It also changes the way the floor looks, but not in a wildly different way. It just makes it look a little bit better. It also tends to darken things a little bit, which I actually like. The textures are deeper colors, there's some harsher contrast, and it really improves the atmosphere and makes this place look a little bit more haunting. Obviously, with the about 10% brightness I add to these videos, it might be hard to tell, but in scenes like this, it goes from a fairly generic hallway, strange smooth stone that you don't really pay attention to, pretty plain scene. Goes from that to a haunted hallway, a dark hallway. You can feel the abandonedness. I feel like it almost adds a tiny bit of survival horror edge to this, and that is what Peragus was intended to be, a very horrific experience, and this mod actually shows that off really well. It makes the place look more abandoned, it makes it feel more abandoned, it makes it feel empty, and it's absolutely fantastic. I can't wait for the other modules in this to come out, but for now, we have these two areas, and they look beyond what I could have expected. Another area that I find is improved by the atmosphere is this area here in the hangars. I think it really just shows off how little is changed, yet how much is changed. The floor and the roof, if you pay close attention to them now, will change in such a way that they're not too different, yet they're not the same at all. They're darker, and the lighting is a little bit different. Obviously, I didn't quite line up the screenshots, but you'll be able to tell with the full screen in a moment that the room well, it looks almost exactly the same, just looks better, it looks crisper, and to me, it looks a little bit more dark and haunting. Now, one really obvious place to see how much the textures improve are in this scene here. Look at the side of the space station and the little arch. This is where you will see a huge improvement in textures. In the vanilla game, these textures were very stretched console textures, and here you can see that they look very, very nice indeed. They look crisp, they have depth, they have a little bit of wear to them too. The archway over top of you doesn't look so generic and pulled out, and in general, it just looks a lot nicer. Honestly, I can't see a reason why you wouldn't download this because it also doesn't come with very much of a performance hit. For me, it didn't affect it at all with my usual settings here. I'm even in widescreen. This is the scene I'm going to end it off with. Obviously, I could show these scenes forever, and I originally did, but the video ended up being like 15 minutes long, so I had to cut it down. This is an area that has a very improved atmosphere. You can feel the emptiness and feel the darkness here. It almost looks exactly the same. It's almost hard to pinpoint the changes, but I've lined up the doors in such a way that you can actually see them both at the same time. And it shows you just how similar it is. You almost don't notice it, and like some people think, wow, that's not a good sign. Well, no. I think the sign of a brilliant mod, the sign of a mod that is designed so well that it's not jumping out at you, you're not going, oh wow, that must be a mod, that it blends into the game so well it almost feels like it's there, and when you take the mod away, that's when you notice it. That's a brilliant mod. That is amazing. When a mod is gone and you notice it, that's when it's good. When it's there and it's in your face, it isn't good. And that's just how I'd like to end the episode. It's just my little personal opinion on that. I'm going to do an installation. It's not that much, but if you're not going to join me for that, please consider subscribing. I hope you enjoyed the episode. I know it was a bit different than some of the other things I do, but I am really a fan of this mod. I'm going to use it no matter what. I'm going to mark this mod as, once again, essential. I'm not playing without it. It just feels so correct. It feels so right. It's in the game. It's not in your face. Like with some of the older ones, you noticed it so much. In this one, you don't notice it that much, and that's what just makes it great. It fits in the game, it feels good, and I could rant about this forever. So let's talk installation. Alright, let's talk installation. Now, it's very simple for this mod, but I'm going to walk you through it just in case you don't exactly know what to do. So what you're going to have to do is head over to deadlystream.com and go to the Peragus OTE 1.0. There's also a Harbinger OTE 1.0 that is available, and I would recommend it highly. This texture pack is awesome. Go ahead and click the download button, and it will download a small executable. Do the same for the Harbinger one. I have them both here. These are self-extracting zip archives, which means that they are actually a compressed file, but you don't need to have a program like 7Z or WinRAR to actually extract them because they extract themselves. So don't worry if you're not trusting an executable. This is just an archive. All it does is extract an archive for you, which I've done right here on camera, just in case some of you are uncomfortable with doing this. If we open this up, we will see a bunch of TGAs. If you've seen any of my other videos on texture packs for this game, you will know that there are different ways to edit TGA files and take a look inside of them. We're not going to do that, however. We are just going to go to our override folder for Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2. This can be found in Steam, Steam Apps, Common, Knights of the Old Republic 2 Override. It depends where your game is installed. If you have the retail version, it'll be somewhere else. I'll try and put a link on the screen to the default locations. My Steam is in my D drive, so it might not be the same for you. I'll put a little overlay here, so I hope you find the override file. Anyway, open up override and basically click on the first line here in this Peragus OTE. Click shift and click on the bottom, so shift click to select all of these, and then you go ahead and drag and drop, and that will install them. And that's pretty much it. You can do the same for the Harbinger one, and uninstalling them is just a matter of deleting these folders, or these files rather, the TGAs. And that's pretty much it. The mod is now installed. Alright everybody, thank you very much for watching. I hope you put through my raving over this mod. I think you could probably tell I love it, and it's awesome to be able to showcase a mod like this. So, if you liked the video, please consider subscribing and leaving me some feedback in the comments below. If there's any other game or mods that you would like me to cover, show you how to install, spotlight, anything like that, let me know in the comments. If you make mods, get a hold of me. I'll make you a video, that kind of thing. Give me a like/dislike depending on how you found the video, and again, feedback, all that kind of crap. I'd also like to ask you very kindly if you would check out my Let's Play, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 1. I am using the restored content mod for that. It's fairly new, it's in beta, so if you want to check out what that's all about, head on over there and take a look. I find it pretty funny. It actually gets a lot more views than even some of these videos. Anyway, I have been Zool. Have an excellent day. Goodbye.